Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode. I think we're on episode 14 or 13. But yeah, welcome back to another episode of Pass and Pivot, the netball podcast that speaks about all things South African netball and all things netball related. Exciting times are ahead. I really am excited for this week. I've been away. I've been away for the week, but I'm back. How can I say it? When I started this podcast, I'm just going to be real with you guys. I never thought I would be in the spaces that I am in and speak to the people I get to speak to with such grace and such awestruckness, because I am a fan of netball before I'm anything else. Before I'm a host, before I'm a content creator, I am a netball fan. So I've been inundated with a lot of requests and a lot of scheduling that had to align. So yeah, this week was not a good week for me work-wise. But yeah, I just thought I should pop on, even if it's for 20 minutes, and we chat about what has happened in the past 2 weeks. A lot has happened, and we're just going to jump straight into it when it comes to netball. We had the USA 2026 Netball Championships that were happening. We're starting with the TNC Telkom Netball Champs that's starting, I think, this week, 6th or 5th of July. 6th of July, tomorrow. So there is lots to speak about. And of course, our Commonwealth Games squad is going to assemble on the 10th of June. And we have to just speak about how the English netball team is spewing out good media content for us to chew on and to digest while we are waiting for them to start the games. And I can only hope that our own social media team will be on the grind, will be working with someone or people who are trying to push the sport forward. Because I think what England netball is doing well is it's working very well with the influencers who are pushing the narrative that netball needs to be spoken about more often. So let's see what Netball South Africa comes up with when the girls come together on the 10th of July. I don't know where they're going to be hosted, but I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be at UP, because Netball House South Africa is in Pretoria, Arcadia. So I'm assuming it's going to be in UP and camp will be at UP. So yeah, let's see where they assemble. But yeah, before we get to that, let's speak about some netball talking points that have happened in the past week that we want to cover. So a very important netball talking point that has happened in Netball South Africa recently, as of Thursday or Friday, we have had 4 new training partners added to the list of already 7 training partners that we have for the Netball South Africa player squad. So who are these 4 players? We have Nontsikelelo Mazibuko, who is absolutely worthy of the call-up, with a stellar season under her belt. She's come back into the Netball South Africa fold. Well done to her. We have Amber Horizon, finally. I cannot stress how important it is that we finally recognize the work that this young lady has put in, because there's so much happening behind the scenes that we're not aware of. But she has consistently showed up for her team. Then we have Zandri Fourie, the best, deservedly so. And then we also have Poppy Namatingare. Well done to her. I wasn't expecting that, but she was in the SPAR Baby Proteas and she was the captain of the SPAR Baby Proteas. So maybe that's why she also got the call up. So definitely I see it. Wing defense, we are lacking in our wing defenses. And I just see her very much getting more court time, maybe in the Africa Championships later down the line in the year. So why all of a sudden are we seeing these 4 new names into the squad? I cannot tell you. I have asked. No one has spoken to me about it. But be sure, I will be asking a special guest who will be joining us this week. I'll be asking that person and I'm going to get answers for you. Yeah, randomly we saw a post, and this is how Netball South Africa has come to do the stuff. They just post online and now we must just take it. There was no actual article on the website. I checked and I didn't see an article, but it said that it was like a reward for their hard work in the TNL season of 2026, and I completely agree with it. My only thing is that it's very random, and I still want to understand what we're trying to achieve by having so many training partners as well as so many contracted players. I understand the contracted players because they get to train against each other, but then still to this day, we're not too sure what a training partner does. They're in the national team setup, but where do they fit in? Do they go to all the training sessions that are required of a Netball South Africa SPAR Protea player, or are they just called upon when they are needed? I think we need more clarity on that in terms of what a training partner is in the Netball South Africa landscape. So well done to all 4 of those ladies. I look forward to seeing you in the green and gold very, very soon, because this is just a step in the right direction. And I think that it's great that Netball South Africa is recognizing our natural born talent, which leads me to the USA. What is USA? I put out a little clip on social media on my Instagram. I was told that I need to get on TikTok. I just don't think I'm ready for TikTok. But yeah, digress. So USA is the University Sports of South Africa. It's like the Olympics of the universities of South Africa. Everyone comes together and they come and play against each other. It's actually a very big tournament because it doesn't only focus on netball, it focuses on all the other sports. There's even dancing, there's archery, there's basketball. So it's the Olympics of the universities coming together. Obviously, we focus on USA Netball. USA Netball has lots of different divisions. You have Division 1 all the way, I think, to Division 4, 5. And depending on the league of the level that you're in, the varsity that you're in Division 1, 2, or 3, or 4. So everyone wants to be in Division 1, which is the top tier universities league, okay? We have our usuals there. We have UP Tuks, COFCs, which is University of Free State. We have CPTU, we have WITS, we have Madibas, we have UJ, and I think there's one more that I'm not sure of, but there's a 7th one. So those 7, Stellies, sorry, yeah. We have Stellenbosch University. So those 7 go against each other within 5 days, and we have a final and we have a winner. We also have the males division in USA, Division 1, Division 2, and Division 3, which shows that we have so much growth and so much potential in our males netball that is growing from strength to strength every year. Because when this started, there was only 1 division for the males, and now there's 2 or 3. So it gives us an indication that we are going towards the right direction when it comes to high performance sports and high performance netball in South Africa, coming from our pathways, helping our pathways to build into the SPAR Proteas, to build into the Protea men, to build into the baby Proteas. I saw a comment the other day on an Instagram post saying the SPAR baby Proteas need to be included in the Telkom Netball League as the team of their own. And I just didn't understand that, because why are they playing in their own team if they don't have a competition to attend? That's just my thoughts. But yeah, EUSA is helping so much, because we see Tale Mate, we see Kamo. Kamo came back from Pulse, London Pulse, and she played in USA because she's still at the University of Pretoria studying there. We've seen Rolene do this, where last year she finished with playing with Forest and she went to play USA. So a lot of our international players who are playing in the NSL do come back if they are still in university and they play USA. And of course, I was very stressed because why are we playing USA when we have our Commonwealth Games that are coming up in less than a month, and you're out here playing intense physical games. So thank God no one got hurt who's in the Commonwealth squad. But unfortunately, we don't get an injury from Uzandri Fourie, one of the latest training partners for the SPAR Proteas. She is out of the ACL, so she'll only be back next year. And it's so sad because she put out a post and she's like, this is not how she wants to end, because obviously she's coming to the end of her university career with COFCs. And I just think she's one of the best players that have come out of She's one of the best players who've come out of that university, and she's got so much to be proud of. And I just know that it's just the beginning for her when it comes to the SPAR Proteas. And this is just a little bit of a setback, Zandri. You will be back playing with flair, enjoying your netball, doing what you need to do. I really do believe that. So going on, it started very well. Day 1, day 2, day 3. I'm not going to talk about all those days because the important ones are semi-final on Thursday. We had UP Tuks versus Free State University. This is a rematch of last year's semi-final as well. And last year, the University of Free State took it. But this year, netball is changing and evolving. We had UP Tuks claim it 43-42 in extra time, which was actually so enthralling. Guys, the nice thing about these actual games, they're available on YouTube for everyone to watch. And it was very, very great of the university or even USAT to be able to have us watch these games. All of them were live. I think in most of the divisions, you could actually, and you can still go now and watch it. So if you need to catch up on these games, I would really highly recommend it because you get to see how South Africans play, not just the SPAR Proteas, especially those who can't watch Telkom Netball League. This is a nice way for you to be able to be in touch with our pathways, structures, and systems in netball in South Africa. Highly recommend. I'll drop the link in my show credits on Spotify and I'll put it on our Instagram at Pass and Pivot Podcast. I think if we really take it back, the semifinals were intense because I think Kopsies wanted to get back at UJ who won last year. I'll get to UJ now. In the second semifinal, we had UJ versus NWU. University of Northwest, where Sana Marie Visser used to go as a student. Okay, bearing in mind, like 3 or 2 hours before the semi-final, UJ played this team, NWU, and they lost their first match of the whole tournament by 1 goal, 45-44, I think. That was the Robin round score to NWU. Come second round, I think NWU was not expecting it. UP won by 20 goals. I think it was 55-30 something, the score 38 in the semi-final. That booked them a final spot. And then in the final, we had UJ holding reigning champions versus UP Tuks who wanted to take it. And if you don't know the topography of South Africa, those both universities are in the province of Gauteng. So again, it's a Gauteng derby kind of thing. And they're kind of like rivals. So UJ demolished. When I say demolished, they demolished UP Tuks. And if you watch this match, you will see that the aim of this game from UJ was to defend Ukamo. Don't give her any space. Don't give her any options. And if you shut her down, obviously you are shutting down a attacking player and the one who links the play from the center to the shooter. The shooter tried to stand up and shoot the shots, but if you're shutting down that main player, then you feel the shooter will feel the pressure. Then they'll start missing. So UJ won that match. I think it was 50-30 something to UP Tuks. At some point, UP Tuks had only scored 4 goals in 1 quarter. It was bad. It was really bad. But back-to-back champions, well done to UJ. They did a really great job. I think I put a story on how amazing this journey is for UJ. I started watching UJ when they came into the competition and they were always at the bottom. And then Coach Bongi came like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago now. She came in and she brought Muhluri, she brought in Sammy, she brought in Nomfundo, she brought in Utale, she brought in Usanelisiwe, she brought in I think it's Mkwanazi. She brought in all the people from KZN. That program has intensified. That program has lifted. It has brought us SPAR Proteas. It has brought us baby SPAR Proteas. It just to show you how much, if you believe in the plan, I really do think the players believed in the plan that Coach Bongi had produced to them and they bought in. Even that year when Talo went down in 2023 or 22, I think, she went down with the ACL and she came back the next year and then they went to finals. They have always been building in the Varsity Cup, in USA. They've always been building. They went from last place to 5th place to 4th place. And now they're always contesting in a final, not just a semi-final. They have always been contesting in a final. In the past 2 years, they have reached the finals for Varsity Cup as well as USA. And in the past 2 years, they have won USA. This year and last year. All divisions, not just Division 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, the divisions that they have put teams in, they have made finals and they have medaled and won. Last year, all 3 of their teams got gold. This year, 2 of their teams got gold. The males as well as UJ1. UJ2 got a silver medal. But it's just the mentality that has shifted University of Johannesburg's netball from what it was to where it is now. It's absolutely amazing. And hats off to you, Coach Bongi. We see the evolution. We really do. And I also want to shout out Stadio. Just shout out to all the coaches who are building. I'm seeing Coach Alsha there with Wits. They came from nothing and now they're also playing hard, good netball. You know, they came from not playing great netball and now they're playing really good netball. And you're seeing your core varsities like University of Free State not making a final or UP not making a final. Even Stellenbosch for me has fallen down the pecking order a little bit because you can see that they're in the process of building. They had the Nicole Brids, they had the Sean Moores, they had the Sashali Peters, they had the Kabuyas, and now of course they're rebuilding a core group again. But it just under Sashali Peters and Joe Loving, coaches, in those are the new coaches. So this is just the beginning for South African netball, and I'm very excited to see where it takes us. And I know it's going to take us very far. Because if you think about it, your Lenise Potgieter started at UP Tuks. Your Shadine van der Merwe started at UP Tuks. Your Elmarie van der Bergs started at NWU Eagles. At Booker. Come on. You know, this is where our pathways needs more funding so we can get those types of caliber players being selected and picked. Okay, we need that. So well done to USA and Netball South Africa for coming together to making a great USA netball tournament. I wanted us to speak about all our SPAR Proteas who are representing clubs overseas in the Netball Super League in the UK, as well as Elmarie, who has just won her first grand final championship with Adelaide Thunderbirds. Well done, Elmarie. Wow, what a match. And a side note, okay, this wasn't in my notes, but I love how much development this girl has gone through, okay? From being a girl who's just there, just shooting, to now contributing in the huddles that they have at their timeouts and speaking, even with authority, and people listen to her. Literally, she said, okay, so Shamira was saying, remember our strategy. Let's go back to that because it's the super shot now. We need to know what we're doing. And then she's like, remember, Elmarie, remember possession netball. And I'm just like, she remembered that, and then they'll go ahead and they execute that in the second quarter. It was absolutely beautiful to watch. And I honestly think, what a great find for her. Well done, Enigma. Well done for getting her that spot. I see her doing great things. She's broken so many records. She was the Australian Netball Players Association Attacker of the Year. She has the most Nissan net points in Suncorp. It's just really great for Elmarie. And I just want to pre-course this by saying she is the best goal shooter at the moment, and we have her at our disposal. And we also have Rolene Strichter, who is also the second best shooter in the UK Netball Super League. How amazing is that? Honestly, guys, we cannot sleep on our attackers. We really can't. And these are stats that I took before the grand final happened. So now that we know the grand final is past, we also know that Elmarie is the player with the most Nissan net points, and she has 801 or 802 goals to her name, the top goal scorer for SSN, the Australian League, which is the top tier league. Okay? And people are saying, oh no, it's because Janelle Fowler's not there. Janelle, come back next season. Let's see. Let's see what happens. It's on. I'm joking. I love you, Janelle. Anyway, so if we start, we have Almaray. She has a 90% shooting average for her 1-pointers, and she has shot 21 super shots. Okay, very much lower than what she's used to shooting at the UK NSL, but I think the strategy is a bit different in SSN, and I'd love to go into that on another podcast. I already spoke about her so much and just gassed her up. I'm going to move on to Rolene. Rolene has been the go-to girl for Nottingham Forest. She's locked in for a 3rd season with Nottingham Forest. I'm surprised about that, but I understand because a lot is happening in Australia with no CPA, which is about the contract player agreement that needs to be in place for them to even start signing. And signing starts on Monday, the 6th of July. It's a mess. It's a mess there. So I kind of understand why she stayed another season, but I was really expecting her to go to a place like the Giants or even at the moment, I think who's struggling, Mary Trollope was not going to be re-signed. That's just me thinking. But now we know that she's locked in for 3rd season, and she had a whopping 411 goals, and she had 14 appearances for her squad, for her team, Nottingham Forest. And she is the 2nd highest goal scorer after Sammy Wallace-Joseph. And you know what? I just think that the sky's the limit for this girlie, and everyone loves her at Nottingham. So I understand why they signed her. Well done to her. I expect more from her next year because she shows that she can just grow from strength to strength. Honestly, how lucky are we? Then we have Kamogelo Moseko, a bit disappointing, a bit of a disappointing season for her, considering there was so much hype in her signing. But knowing Sam Bird, she'll probably get signed again because Sam Bird has a 2-year cycle for her GAs that she gets from South Africa, where in the first year, she doesn't play them that much. And then in the second year, they become like the go-to GA. I don't know if Sophie Kelly is going to stay in the mix. It's just so interesting. I love contract signing period because there's so much to talk about and there's so much unknown. But it's interesting because Gamo went in there and she didn't play for like the first 2-3 games because they were still acclimatizing her and getting her used to the environment because she had just come out of international season with the SPAR Proteas and straight into London Pulse camp. So she probably will be re-signed. Her stats are very low, obviously, but she does have an 89% accuracy for the 1-point shooting accuracy for the 1-point goals, and she shot 136, and she shot 21 super shots with a 48% accuracy. I think that's where most pundits are saying she's lacking is her super shot game. But knowing Kamo and how far she's come, I think she is actually, she's doing very well under the pressure of having to shoot them because the landscape of play in the NSL is that the GAs are the ones who take most of the 2-point shots. And most teams have that kind of playing strategy. And she really has risen as much as she can. I do think she'll have another year with them. So let's see how she can do with London Pulse next year if she stays with them. Then we have Seven Gubade, who was a replacement player for Tiana Metura at Birmingham Panthers. And she came in and she flipped their season. Honestly, she played 4 or 5 games with them, helped steady the attacking line with Pullen and Izzy Kane's speed through court. Betsy really fed off of her and they formed a good partnership. She may fit a Dragon setup, thinking that Philippa Harrington isn't coming back and she's announced her retirement. Maybe Dragons would look there. She's not very strong with her 2-point shot, so that's why I'm saying maybe she might not be great for them because they need someone else who'll take the 2-point shots, Dragons, because Neve McCall is the one who used to take them. These are her stats. So she had 6 appearances actually and 72 goals at 84% in the 1-point zone, and she only shot 6 super shots with an average of 24%. Considering she was new into the game and she was just trying, she did her best. But where do you guys think she could land? I'm thinking they'll sign her again at Panthers with Tiana Matura and Betsy Creek again. And I don't think they'll sign Kira Rothwell. I'm sorry, Kira. Those are my thoughts, okay? Then we have in the mid-courts, the only mid-courter who's overseas at the moment. Things can change like that, guys. I'm joking. I don't know. I'm hopeful. Kanyisa Chawane, she made her side go to 5th on the log, the highest they've ever gone with Nexus Dragons. And I think this is her 3rd season. And she carried a shoulder injury for 2 weeks. She was out, and you could see that she was missed in that center spot with her best friend there, Bethan van Dijk, who is a wing attack magician. And she is 9th in feet to the circle at 289 feet. 18 deflections, 16 pickups, and 14 gains, with 13 appearances for her team. Will she be signed again? I can only hope so for her. I don't know. We have Shadeen van der Merwe, who plays for Loughborough Lightning, who had a stellar first half of the season. Then it just fell apart in round 7 or 8. It just fell apart. Yeah. An injury in round 8 to Shadeen. She didn't make the squad for Commonwealth Games. And I mean, you know what? It's tough for defenders out there. But yeah, wish her the best for a good season of rest for her. She's a seasoned professional. She gets the job done. She's there when she's needed. And I think she's looking good to be re-signed by Loughborough again. Her stats for this season, she had 19 interceptions, 13 appearances, 32 deflections, 15 pickups, and 50 gains. That's a lot. She was there. Considering she was out for 3 weeks of the tournament, of those 14 weeks, well done to her. She did win the award for her club for Players Player Award. Well done to Shadeen for that. We move on to Jamie Golub. Jamie Golub, hey, she came in and she changed London Mavericks defense, and they needed it because they've had a horrible season as a team. Injuries left, right, and center in all parts of the thirds. The shooter went down, Emma Thacker. Then we had Hannah Nightbridge go down. Eli Ratu was named in the squad, but she only played 1 game. Then you had Razi Kwashi, who just was down for the rest of the season. It was very sad season. But nonetheless, she was the shining light for London Mavericks. She will be signed again with London Mavericks because I remember listening to Tamsin speaking on her podcast with Tracy Neville off the court, and she's like, I have her on a 2-year contract. So she's definitely going back to London Mavericks, and hopefully they are better in their recruitment and they move up the log from 7th. Just imagine going from playing in finals last year to being 7th. It's a bit of a bummer, I think. No, not 7th, sorry, 6th. Yeah, they were 6th after Nexus Dragons. She did win Fans Player of the Year, Players Player of the Year, Coaches Player of the Year. So she took home 3 awards. Well done to you, Jamie Golub. Just shows that you are a key piece in this London Mavericks side. Her stats are as follows. She had 14 appearances. She didn't miss a game. 14 appearances for her team, 9 rebounds, 20 intercepts in the top 10 of intercepts, 60 deflections, top 5 of deflections, 17 pickups, amazing, 43 gains, and only 4 unforced errors. For a defender, that's amazing. Well done, James. Moving on to Ane Retief. Only 6 appearances with her side, Nottingham Forest, who she has re-signed for. I'm assuming she had a 2-year contract. Otherwise, I don't think she would have re-signed because she has had a lot of bench time. And it makes sense why she's had a lot of bench time because Tash Pavlin as well as Jada Pickett have had the season of their lives. And I don't know if it's going to be even harder for her now because Imogen Allison has joined Nottingham Forest. Yeah, but I love the type of person she is. She's team first always. So well done to her for securing her future. Get that bag. Her stats are as follows. She had 6 appearances, 2 rebounds, 4 intercepts, 7 deflections, 3 pickups, and 8 gains. I will say she has a very high penalty count for only 6 appearances. She has 53 compared to Nicola Smith's 95, where she's played 12 games. Just a thought. Yeah, we really love Ane Retief here, and I hope that she'll get more court time with Nottingham Forest in the 2027 season. We can only hope. Then we have Sanamri Fissa, the lady who came from Adelaide Thunderbirds. She is now with Rhinos, who finished dead last. I don't think it was the season that Rhinos expected, but they were also, like London Mavericks, hit with a lot of season-ending injuries, and most of it in their defense side. So they had to reshift and reshuffle a lot of things. Sana Marie did a really great job. She ended up being the vice captain for this team at such a young age. She won Coach's Player of the Year, she won Players Player of the Year, and she won Fans Player of the Year. She took home all three. Love it for her. She deserves. Her stats are as follows. She had 12 appearances, 18 intercepts, 9 rebounds, 49 deflections, 25 pickups, 50 games, and only 7 unforced errors. She was in the top 10 for interceptions as well as deflections. So our defenders are definitely doing something right when it comes to deflections. Then I will end with the winner of it all, of the Netball Super League. She took home the gold with AO Manchester Thunder, Nicola Smith, our very own. I really like this girl. She's just so cool, undercover. She had 11 appearances. She didn't play the final, and this was just, I think, a precautionary thing because they wanted to keep her safe for Commonwealth Games, but she was there every step of the way. I saw her on the sidelines cheering her team on. She had 11 appearances, and I'm sure she wanted to be in that final because she had worked so hard to get her team there. She worked so well with Josie Hackle. So she was fourth in interceptions with 22, 53 deflections in the top 10 once again, top 5 rebounds with 26, absolutely amazing. 21 pickups and 67 games, only 6 unforced errors. And as I said, this whole season, this girlie, as a goal defense as well as a goalkeeper, only got 98 penalties. That's absolutely amazing. She's such a clean player. I don't know if she will stay with Thunder, but I want her to go to the SSN. She would suit New South Wales Swifts. They would be great for her. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think she would be great there. But even if she stays at Manchester Thunder, I think she would also be great there. Congratulations to her for winning a title. I think this is a second title with a different team. She won her first title with Loughborough Lightning, and then her and Shadeen did that little switch over where Shadeen went from Thunder to Lightning, and then Nicola, left Lightning to go to Thunder. And I really think this has been a really good year for our defenders. They've been showing up. She also won an award. Don't know if it was the Player Award or Coaches Award, but she won one award for her club. Congratulations to her. I honestly want to say and wrap this segment up with saying the sky's the limit with Netball South Africa and the Commonwealth squad that we've chosen. If our players can win awards overseas in leagues that are not from home soil, that means that people overseas see their value as much as we see their value, and if not even more. So there is definitely hope for our SPAR Proteas. I will prelude this into speaking about the Commonwealth Games quickly, and then I'll wrap it up. So yeah, our Commonwealth squad has been announced, our 12 players. I really do have really good faith. I've got a great feeling. And once again, as I said in my other podcasts, back the team, not the player. And let's be nice to our players. They are also people. They are going through emotions of not being picked or being picked, the scrutiny of being picked. Now everyone has to watch me. Everyone's looking at me. Let's not make things up that don't exist about our players. We want to protect them. We want them to know that we are going to support them. We will be there for them, and we will be rooting for them when they leave. I want to say that Netball South Africa, you have a closed door match with Uganda. The last time we played Uganda at a Commonwealth Games, they beat us and we finished 6th. And then they beat us again in that 2023 World Cup for 5th place. I know we've beaten them after that, but this is going to be another big showing. I understand why you wanted closed doors, because you don't want people seeing your plays that you have, or you don't want people to have video analysis. But this was a great opportunity for you to rally your troops and have South Africa support you. We love netball. We want to watch netball. Give us the opportunity to watch netball. I know it's probably not about the supporters right now, but I do believe that everything that you do as a sport federation should be for the supporters, because your supporters are the ones who are supporting you and enabling you to have the sport keep going. So in future, let's work together, Netball South Africa. Let's see if we can't have us go in and watch in person without video. I'm sure we can come up with I don't know. We can come up with a plan that suits both parties. And that's all I have to say for this week. I have a special guest joining me this week. I'm excited for that. So watch out on the socials. I'll be posting. And my series speaking about Road to Commonwealth Games has another guest on Friday. So really excited. A lot of things happening, a lot of things that can and will happen. Glasgow, here I come. God willing. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I know I've been inconsistent this week, and I'm so sorry for that. Please, could you do me a favor? Rate the podcast on Spotify. It will also be up on YouTube, so subscribe to my YouTube channel. And what can I say, guys? Keep supporting me. Thank you so much. And I really appreciate it. I will never take it lightly that this platform is here and I get to speak on it. Until next week, keep passing and keep pivoting. Netball for all and all for netball. Love it. Love you guys. Bye.